Okay, so here's the part I know you've been waiting for. Let's get into the tune. Let's break it down. And let's get you playing the tune. A few things I want to point out first, though. If you look to my right, down here on the floor, you'll see a little silver piece. And that is actually my sustain pedal. And I put it there so that you can actually see how I'm using it throughout the song. For those of you who don't know, the sustain pedal is what you use to hold the notes and to hold the chords, rather. And when you press the sustain pedal down and you hit a chord, as long as you keep it down, you see I'm not using my hands, but you still hear the chord. As long as you keep the pedal down, the chord will sustain or it will hold. When you let go of it, I let go, it's gone. Now, we want to play this song legato. And what legato means is smoothly. We want the chords connected. We don't want it to sound choppy. In certain places, we want the sound to break, but for the most part, we want the chords to flow smoothly. So, in between each chord, you'll see me press the pedal down and lift it up. I press it down every time I play a new chord. Every time I play a new chord, I press the pedal down. That allows it to reset and to sustain the next chord. This song has 3 sections to it. It actually has 2 sections in its original form. You have an A and a B section. You have the and that repeats, and then you have the second part. That's an A and B section, if you will, to the verse. This song doesn't have a chorus. It just has verses to it. Now, we added a 3rd section to the tune, which is a solo section. And that solo section is for improvisation, and it's a section that's not actually in the original form of the tune. So we actually will have 3 parts to this song. Alright, so let's get in and let's break it down. Let's start from the first chord. Now, the introduction of the piece goes like this. Those 2 chords. The first chord is our borrowed chord, or one of our borrowed chords. It's a D flat major 7 chord with an added 6, which is the B flat. Now, I'm not going to take the time to go through every chord as far as why it's called what it's called. We'll go further into theory as we go. That could take a lot of time, so I'm just going to get right to the voicings and give you the notes to be able to write them out. Alright, this chord is a D flat major 7 chord with an added 6, and it's actually a D flat major 9 chord. Alright, the notes are left hand, D flat, A flat, and an E flat. Now that's a pretty big stretch there. I have big hands, so it's pretty simple for me, but that's a big stretch. If your hands are smaller, you just roll the chord. You hold down your sustain pedal and you roll the chord. You don't necessarily have to play it all at one time. You just roll it and you're able to play it. Alright, so the chord is spelled out D flat, A flat, E flat in the left hand, and in the right hand, F, B flat, C, and F. And it sounds like this. That's the first chord. So we go from a D flat chord to an F chord. The F chord is spelled out in the left hand, F, C, and F. In the right hand, G, A, C, E. This is an F major 9 chord. So we go from D flat, major 9 to F major 9. Now the little rhythm that you hear me doing, it's basically, it's in the left hand where you hear that rhythm going on. And that's because I'm bouncing between this E flat and the root of the chord, which is D flat. So you hear me doing this. Upbeat, it sounds like this. Alright? And then same thing with the F chord. With the F chord, you hear me going from this F to the G. Now that's a stylistic approach. You don't have to do that. You can just do. Using that as the introduction of the tune. That's also going to appear again in our solo section. Then we take it to the top of the tune. First chord of the piece from the top of the melody is F major 9. Again, but we just voice it a different way. Left hand, F, C, G. Right hand, E, A, C. And this is the what of what. And then we go there. Alright, F, C, G, and left hand, E, A, C. F in the right hand, the melody. And then we go to a C minor 11 chord. Alright. And that's voiced left hand C, G, B flat, right hand F, B flat, D. So that's the friend. So you have what, which is F major 9, friend, C minor 11. Next chord. Now, in between these chords, of course, we have the melody. Now I'm just going to give you the melody in the single notes that they occur. So you have F for what? The is F by itself. Then we play the C minor 11 chord. Friend. We is C by itself. Have. This chord has left hand F and E flat, right hand A, single note. Now something else that I throw in this chord, which sounds like this. This is called